So, hypothetical situation, you're walking down a beautiful stormy beach and you see a dragon fighting a giant rock-hurling monster. If your decision on which one you're going to help in the fight relies solely on who you think drops better loot, then you, my friend, are a Dragon Age Inquisition addict. And believe me when I say with a drug like this, that's not a bad thing. I've been putting off reviewing Dragon Age Inquisition for months, and that's simply because how do you review an awesome, massive game like this? I mean, you can't even begin to review this in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, maybe in like an hour, but who's gonna sit around and watch an hour review? And would that even be a review? I mean, an hour talking about a game and all its components, that's like some kind of in-depth dissertation of the game. Put Dragon Age Inquisition in a simple, easy-to-understand context, this is a massive, fun, and addictive game. It's an open-world RPG set in a semi-traditional, medieval-type fantasy environment. It has good graphics, solid music to accompany your gameplay, and memorable environments. All the foundations for a classic RPG that will be played for decades to come are right there. Now, the main antagonist in this game is these demons that are coming out of rifts that are opening up all over the world, kind of like another game. What was the name of that game? Oh, right, Rift. Now, you, as the protagonist, you have this special power no one else in the world has. You have this thing imbued in your arm which actually allows you to shut down these rifts, and that's the main point of the game, to run around the world shutting these rifts after killing a few demons around it. I mean, while the demons coming out of these rifts is the main focus of the actual plot, it's a very minor part of what you'll be doing, just because there's so many other awesome things to do. It is an open world RPG, so a lot of the quests you perform are fetch quests. Collect 10 of these, kill 5 of these, search an area for this. And because of how much stuff and content is in the game, a lot of times all of this stuff makes your mount almost useless. I mean, I feel like every other step you take, you trip over a quest. You mount your horse, you literally ride for about 15 seconds, there's a new guy to talk to start a quest. There's some things you have to kill to complete a quest. There's a new landmark you have to discover. There's a new camp you have to set up. When progressing the story or picking up a quest, you have these dialogue options, which in a small way makes you carve your own path. Most of these dialogue options are not world-breaking, but a lot of times, if I made the right choice in a conversation, I was rewarded with something like an item or a new agent to join my Inquisition. You progress the story by gaining influence and getting people to join your cause, which is basically called the Inquisition. See, because you have this special rift closing ability, you're like the chosen one in this world, and basically you're in charge of the Inquisition, more or less. Now, in this game's action RPG style combat, you have 4 playable characters who you can switch up between, and by that I mean if you're tired of playing as your main character, mine for example is an archer rogue, I can just switch to the mage in my party or the warrior in my party, so I never really get bored of the gameplay. Not that I would ever want to, because I really like playing as the archer. It's always been my thing to either play as an archer or a rogue in RPGs and MMORPGs. It's just smart tactics to be in a position where you can hit the enemies and they can't hit you. And as you'd expect, the actual combat of the game is just as rich as every other facet of the game. There's so many different abilities, you're constantly customizing your characters with different ability builds, different armors, you're constantly switching up characters, but I do recommend you always have at least one mage in your party for one simple reason: mages create barriers that protect other characters from damage. And when fighting a hard enemy or a large group of enemies, basically anytime you're in a sticky situation where you know there's a good chance you can get hit and you can get hit hard, a barrier is pretty much essential. You can micromanage every facet in this game if you want to, but you don't have to. For example, you can go into this top-down tactical view and give commands. You can order your party around in the L1 menu, the same place where you call your horse or drink your potions. And you can also pretty much make presets of how your characters will behave before combat even starts in the options menu. Combine all this with the fact that you can switch to any character during combat. You can be as tactical as Sun Tzu, Patton, and Custer all rolled into one. I think the only truly negative thing I can say about Inquisition is the amount of glitches in the game. Like, sometimes you fall into a negative zone, sometimes you'll see characters like walking on air. They're not huge glitches, they're minor, they're not really game breaking, but there is a good deal of them. I have a pretty busy schedule, and for me to continue playing a game after I've already reviewed it, that takes a pretty special game, and I can tell you without a doubt, I will keep playing Dragon Age Inquisition for weeks or maybe even months to come. This is not only the best Dragon Age game to date, it is also one of the best RPGs of all time. It gets an official stanburdman rating of a 9.3 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.